The 26th of March 2011 was a relatively ordinary day in the United Kingdom. Well, ordinary for 2011 at least. It was a brilliant 8 degrees in Leeds, England beat Wales 2-0 in the football, London was brought to a standstill as people protested Tory cuts, and the Express was whipping up anti-EU sentiment. Kind of a bit like today then, but also seemingly in complete unnewsworthiness. I created a YouTube channel. Not my first YouTube channel, that was November 2nd, 2008, but this YouTube channel. A YouTube channel that is 10 years old today. It didn't start well. Nobody watched a single video. Until a week later when someone watched 2 videos actually. Okay, so it didn't take off immediately, and the channel would remain unrecognisable to what it is now for several years before 2013 came along, and I started vlogging. There were a lot of things I tried during this period. Vlogs, music videos, sketches, my now retired Q&A series Ask Ruubez. I pulled out all the stops whilst I tried to emulate Dan Is Not On Fire, Tom Scar, Charlie Is So Cool Like, Emma Blackery, and all the other British YouTubers that inspired me to rebrand the channel. I started wearing a hat, sat on a chair with zero charisma, did more music videos, and then I started talking about trans issues. Talking about being trans online is what ended up shaping the channel into what it looks like today. The response to me listing the things that people shouldn't say to a trans person, based on my own personal experiences, caused my subscriber and view counts to, in inverted commas, skyrocket, and I realised that I should absolutely make more of them. So I did. In 2015, my transition started gathering momentum, and I started posting updates on what was happening. I had a brief flirt with gaming. Yeah, these weren't really good. I tried, but ultimately it wasn't for me. I went to uni, started Vlogmas, did Vida, rebranded talking about my transition to Trans Talk, and this was when my channel really took off. I didn't know it at the time, but being referred for surgery would ultimately lead to some of the most popular videos of my channel. Hilariously, I didn't even know that there were other trans YouTubers at the time. I didn't look for them, because I didn't think I needed them. But apparently, people were looking for me. I gave weekly vlogging a go, which went rather well considering that my granddad passed away on the 3rd day. I had my gender reassignment surgery on July 27th, 2017 and vlogged the recovery and, well, let's just say that video went down really well. Eventually, I started trying to be a critic and launched Ruubez Reviews. It didn't last long. Well, I'll give myself some credit, I still occasionally do a review, but by not sticking to the series in its early days, I just didn't get the momentum with it that I wanted. It at least lasted longer than RuubTube. I announced I was writing a book that I am still writing, met an idol, discovered my love of music videography which led to me starting Ruubez Media, aka my main source of income over the last 12 months. When I started learning to speak like a real lady, I thought it would be a good idea for a series and marked my progress with the voice diaries. Committed myself to ticking off 30 acts before I reached the age of the same number. I was discharged after surgery and in the spirit of Pride Month, made a video talking about dealing with my past shame regarding my gender identity. I went to my first ever Pride event and then a month later talked about shoving plastic into my post-op vagina and eventually hit 1,000 subscribers. It only got worse from there. I graduated university and started my longest running series a week ago with a week totally uncharacteristic of what my weekly life looked like on work experience at the BBC. I was disappointed by a movie written by a transphobe. After 14 semi-annual episodes, I ended Ask Ruubez on an annoyingly close number to 15. 1080 noticed me and spotlighted my video addressing a worrying pattern I had noticed emerging in my YouTube comments. In blistering heat, I launched Ruubez Media with yet another video about Mahatma Raindrop. After a year of trying to get into a job, I decided to go back to university in an effort to make myself more hireable. Insert cricket noises right here. Before ending a week ago, I went to my first Leeds Fest, and that's when I started getting bad at keeping up with the demands of YouTube. Finishing a week ago season 1 before going straight back into university took a lot out of me, and recovering that lost energy was a lengthy process that meant videos were sporadic and few and far between. Vlogmas made a return and I tried baking. In an attempt to stay relevant, I tried reacting to the hellhole that is Mumsnet, and less than a year after ending it, a week ago made a return to my YouTube channel with its unprecedented second season. This time around, it was supposed to make me fall back in love with making YouTube videos, after a pandemic had sapped me of all creativity. After losing my channel's monetization when Logan Paul vlogged a dead body in 2018, my YouTube channel started making money again when I talked about being 3 years post-op. Whilst my channel was hitting new highs, I was hitting new lows I hadn't been at since before I transitioned. And I finally spoke about that on camera. For Vlogmas 2020, I decided to try something new. Most people didn't like it. Some people even thought that by telling me that they didn't like it, I was going to do something different. I didn't. 2020 finally ended, and I tried to approach 2021 with a naive optimism that things would get better. I talked candidly about some things from my transition that I wish I'd done differently, and in circumstances that nobody could have foreseen, I released an EP. Over 600 videos on from the 26th of March 2011, having gained 2,771 subscribers and having over 1/3 of a million views, I turned what was my second YouTube channel into the ultimate representation of my own self. You could look at any of the last 7 years on this channel and see aspects of my personality dotted throughout, but only by looking at them all in the context of each other can you see the bigger picture. I'm not my channel, but also my channel isn't me. The version of Ruby Price that you see on the screen isn't the Ruby Price that I am. But it is close, and that's what matters. So here's to 10 years, and here's to another 10 years. And of course, here's to you guys.
Well, hello and congratulations to 10 years of Ruubez on YouTube. Now, my favourite moments, other than the vlogs I've had a cameo in, of course, has been the translated issues, because it's educational and good content. But I tell you what, the 30 before 30 series always makes me feel like I need to sort my life out, and has been some great encouragement for me to actually get stuff done before. Now, good luck with the rest of it, and I'll see you around.
Hi Ruby, congrats on the 10 years. You asked me to mention some of my favourite points from previous vlogs. I'm going to say anything where you've captured moments that we are friends, like parties and gatherings. It's nice to have an actual historical record of these kind of things for posterity.
Happy 10 years, Ruubez, off camera, but this time you're on camera. The best memory I think I've got of the channel is probably the Leeds Fest vlog. I rewatch it over and over, and I always tell you when I do because I just love it, and I think it was awesome that we got to capture that memory together, as well as so many others in a week ago. So yeah, happy 10 years, here's to 10 more.
I've not known Ruby long over a now decade-long YouTube career, but in that time I've seen her launch an EP, realise that the enjoyment of motorsport comes, like, it does have a saturation point. It's about the 12-hour mark, and that you should really always just press record as the first thing you do. Here's to the next 10.
Hi Ruby, happy 10 years on YouTube. That's a massive achievement. Well done on that. I guess for the best things with your channel, it's genuinely the stuff you've taught me about transgenderism. I know it's going to be a generic answer on here, but genuinely the information that you bring, the vlogs that you've brought to that, and the things you've taught me about that is something I never grew up with at all. That's nothing I ever had in my background. And just being you as well, and being genuine and being awesome. So keep at it. Here's to 10 years. Hopefully many more to come.
Favourite moments. I do always enjoy Vlogmas when it comes around. It's a cool little series. You should check it out every single year. Also, I really enjoy all the behind-the-scenes stuff Ruby does with a bunch of bands on a week ago. So it's great to see all the kind of behind-the-scenes on video filming and such. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of my band in particular, Resist in Retrospect, on the channel in the near future. Great job on 10 years, Ruby.
Being asked to do 30 seconds on the enigmatic Ruby Price is a Herculean task, and I'm 100% sure that she is expecting me to not take it particularly seriously, and she'd be 100% correct. Here are a number of the ways I, Charlie, Lionel, Mikhail Sharon, have really helped to cement the Ruubez legacy. No, but on a serious note, Ruby, you are literally one of my best friends, a top 10 human being. Congratulations on 10 years. You deserve it. 10 out of 10. Love you.